When you are hurting because the man you're with doesn't seem to care about you, or doesn't treat you well, or is cheating on you, or has walked away from you, the pain is unbearable because you've committed to him. This was supposed to be your dream come true. And instead, he's treating you in a way that isn't loving at all. And compounding the pain is shame. Like, what would people think if they found out what was really going on? Would they act shocked? Would they pretend to be sympathetic? Would they gossip about you and say nasty things about how it's no wonder he acted that way? Well, maybe it's best if you don't tell anyone what's happening, right? Maybe you should just act like it's fine and make do. Maybe things will change. Maybe time will fix it. Maybe he'll wake up one day and realize he's losing you. Maybe. Hi, I'm Amy Waterman. I am a love expert here at yourbrilliance.com. And so many emails and comments I get from women are about the same thing, about the pain of being with someone or just wanting somebody who's not loving you like you love them. And instead of putting the responsibility for that where it belongs, which is on him, they take it on themselves. So they feel shame for being in this situation, like it's their fault that he's treating them like this. Have you ever thought that way? Maybe you were in a relationship that wasn't going well, and he was the one treating you badly. He was the one who wasn't acting loving. He was the one who cheated on you or broke up with you. And yet you felt like it was because of you. You should have done something different. You didn't do enough. If only you'd been more attractive or paid him more attention or knew how to keep a man, he'd still be with you. So that is pain and shame. And in this video, I'm going to show you how it could be sabotaging your love life and how to break free. Anytime you are hurting from something that's happening in your love life and you feel ashamed that it's happening to you, ashamed that it hurts so much, ashamed that you might have caused it, that's pain and shame. So pain and shame makes us feel small. It cuts us off from our own self-compassion, and it puts us in a really vulnerable position from which it's difficult to negotiate. So when you are trapped in pain and shame, you tend to defer to him. So he is the one whose love you can't afford to lose. And he is the catch who'll instantly get another girlfriend if he leaves. And you're the one who probably won't ever find anyone if your relationship fails. It's like your love for him is this millstone around your neck instead of the kind of precious gift reserved for kings. So pain and shame prevents you from standing in your strength. You don't feel like you can risk calling him out or telling him it needs to change, or being the first to walk away. And you can find yourself keeping your pain a secret and withdrawing from your friends and working to please him even harder. But none of it works. You still feel terrible, and he's still the same. But luckily, there is an antidote. When someone is shaming you, they don't want you to see your strengths. They want you to feel ashamed. And so they dismiss or ignore the areas where you're strong, and they make this big deal about the one area you feel weak. So for example, let's say that you discovered your husband was cheating on you, and he says that, well, he's a man. I mean, what's he supposed to do, right? His young and gorgeous secretary versus his old and frumpy wife? Come on. And you know that you're no longer young and your body isn't what it used to be. You no longer turn men's heads. And so what do? Well, you think, well, I guess he's right. He's cheating because he's stuck with me and I'm old and frumpy. Of course, he's going to leave me for her. So you go right into pain and shame. Now, when pain and shame strikes, that's the very first thing you need to take care of. So you need to deal with your own pain and your own shame before debating with your husband or trying to find ways to make him stay or trying to save your marriage. Now, why do you need to do this? Because anything you do when you are in the grip of pain and shame will backfire. It will not work for you. It will not improve the situation. But how do you take care of your pain and your shame? Well, Brené Brown says that the best way to deal with shame is to, quote, talk to yourself like you talk to someone you love, reach out to someone you trust, and tell your story. So do all of those things. Just make sure that you don't talk to yourself like he talks to you, because if he's not being loving towards you, he doesn't have your best interests at heart. Reach out to someone you trust, tell them what's going on. You would be amazed at how many women you know who will understand. Your job is to convert the pain to pride and the shame to strength. So if you feel ashamed of the way he's treating you, ask yourself what strengths of yours he's trying to divert your attention away from. Is he making it as if your loyalty and your love and your dedication to the relationship, your bravery in trying to talk things out, have no value? People easily shame us when they make us forget our strengths. Next, let your pain fuel you. Don't let it convince you that he's got all the power and you're at the mercy of whatever he decides to do. Your pain is trying to give you the energy to shake things up. So it's a wake-up call that this situation no longer serves you. It's a sign that you have hit your limit. You've taken all the responsibility for long enough. And it may be a sign that there's no longer love here. So love is the dynamic between you, and it exists in the energy you create when the two of you are combined. So yes, you love him and you can try to make him love you, but that does not mean that the two of you together right now can create love together. Now, when there's love in your relationship, the pain feels different. It's bearable. It's something you can work through together. But this kind of pain makes you feel incredibly alone. It makes you doubt yourself. It makes you scared for the future. So that pain is like an alarm bell telling you that something's got to change. You can't keep going on like this. So use that pain to dig deep and remember who you are, and remind yourself that you don't let people do this to you. No relationship is worth your pride. I'm wishing you lots and lots of love. Take such good care of yourself, and I will see you next time.